Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Knights Wrestling. Tonight, the North Penn Knights taking on the Eagles from Norristown. I'm Zach Siswick. Here, my wrestling partner, Tony Fiala. Good evening, Tony.
Hi there, Zach.
How you doing this evening?
I'm doing just fine. Just fine.
Ready for some good wrestling tonight?
Mm-hmm.
As always.
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing but good wrestling here on NPTV 16.
Of course, waiting for the first match to commence. Who we got coming up first, Tony?
Well, for North Penn, we have Kevin Hammond. And for the Norristown Eagles, Ricky Schwartz, weighing 103 pounds.
Great.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, they're into it right away. Hammond going in for the takedown. Doesn't have control yet. And he finally takes control of Schwartz and gets 2 points for the takedown. Going to work there on his wrist, trying to flip him over. These guys are really little, aren't they, Zach?
Yes, Tony.
Working hard. Getting to the edge of the circle. And they finally move out, and they'll come back into the center with Hammond on top. And they're off. Hammond's got a hold of Schwartz's wrist there. Pretty good hold. Ooh, look at that grip.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
I'm sure it does. For little guys, these guys are pretty strong, though. I bet you they could beat me. You think so, Zach?
Well, because most of their weight is muscle, I assume. There's not too much percent of body fat on them.
Oh, yeah, especially in these lighter guys.
So what they have is definitely muscle.
And you can see it in their arms. See that?
And their legs.
Still no more points scored, just still 2-0 with Hammond on top.
Time's running out of the first period.
Time runs out, Schwartz defers, and Hammond chooses the down position. And they begin. Hammond working for the escape. Almost has it, just needs to pull his head out. And he gets 1 point for the escape.
Schwartz looking to anchor his leg out, get some leverage.
Hammond with a nice move to get the takedown for 2 more points. Hammond now leads 5-0 over Ricky Schwartz from Norristown. And he lets him go for the escape. So now it's 5-1. Schwartz goes in for the takedown, grabs his leg, gets a good hold. But he still doesn't have control of Hammond, who's pushing his head down into the mat.
Now, I've heard you say before, if you're an experienced wrestler and you think you have, advantage of the situation, you're going to want to maybe let such a wrestler such as Schwartz get away from you and just get the point for the takedown. So you have a better chance of scoring more points.
Yes, exactly. And that seems to be the situation here, as Hammond does get the takedown for 2 points, and he now leads 7-1. And
possible injury. Timeout for Norristown.
getting a drink of water and some friendly advice from the coach.
Spit a little blood out.
Yuck.
Kevin Hammond also getting some friendly advice on the North Penn side.
That always helps.
A little encouragement, words of wisdom.
Hammond is leading 7-1 with 32 seconds left in the second period over Ricky Schwartz from Norristown. Here on Monday night at North Penn High School.
Saw Hammond's match record just flash on the screen there. 13-6, quite impressive. Definitely looking to add to that tonight.
And definitely looking for North Penn to take a quick lead in the meet. All right, looks like Schwartz is ready to go, and so is Hammond, as Hammond will go on top.
Norristown has a team record of 11-1, so North Penn definitely does not want to get behind. Needs to get these early weight classes and stay on top of it. So once again, we see Kevin Hammond working over on Schwartz.
Schwartz really struggling. You can see the conviction in his face. Good facials. As time runs out in the second period, Kevin Hammond for North Penn is on top 7-1, and Ricky Schwartz from Norristown chooses the down position. And Hammond chooses the optional top position to let Schwartz go. So Schwartz gains a point for the escape, and Hammond quickly goes to work to try and get the takedown. But Schwartz sprawls his legs, and there's nothing there for Hammond. So Hammond will work on his head, try and turn around on his body. Still doesn't have control.
Looking to go for that right leg.
One of the wrestlers has got to pull around behind to have control over the other wrestler. And they go out of bounds, and they'll start in the center in the neutral position. And there they go. Hammond grabs his right leg in a pretty good move. Hammond seems to be the more aggressive of the two, and he gets the takedown. And he lets him go again. And he grabs that right leg. And he gets the takedown again.
So Hammond's leading 11-3 going in the final 30 seconds. Looks like he'll ride that out for the rest of the match.
With 10 seconds left.
And thus ends the first match.
North Penn taking an early lead in the meet, with Hammond coming up big for North Penn, 11-3. Next up for North Penn In the 112 pounds, we have Asa Wagner. And for Norristown, we have Jeremy Schmidt.
This should be an interesting match for Asa. Not coming in with too much varsity experience. A record of 0-1 as you just saw, so.
Asa's headgear is already down around his neck. The referee doesn't see it.
Quite a feisty little match here in these opening seconds.
And Schmidt gets 2 points for the takedown. Almost has Asa pinned. Has him on his back again. And he gets the pin. That was a quick match.
Took all of 25 seconds for Jeremy Schmidt to pin Wagner. So a tough break for North Penn.
As Norristown takes a 6-4 lead in the whole entire meet. And in the 119-pound category, we have Tom Radiccioni for North Penn and Josh Watson for Norristown.
I believe that's Radiccioni.
Radiccioni.
That's okay. It's
a
tough one to pronounce. Good Italian boy, though.
I'm sorry about that, Tom. And the Radiccioni family.
Tommy coming in with a record of 15-4, so definitely impressive as far as the win category.
Mm-hmm.
Watson.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, doing a good job sprawling, I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I was going to just comment on how both wrestlers are working hard for the takedown.
Tom
tying his shoe.
Tie the shoes up real quick. Let's go for the other one. Figure he's down there, might as well tie the other one.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting tattoo he has there on his right shoulder.
Yeah, so I was just admiring that.
One of my friends recently got a tattoo.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would they happen to be a wrestler? Or?
No.
No.
Just a friend. As Tom gets his shoes tied and goes back to the center to continue the match.
Still no points scored. There's a move by Tom.
Tom pulls in his leg and gets the takedown. Quick move there by Tom. I like saying his first name better than his last name.
So do I. Definitely shows his quickness, able to shoot in there real quick. And
oh, yeah.
Before Watson was knowing what was going on, he had him taken down.
Watson almost with the reversal, with a burst of energy as they go out of bounds, and they'll go back to the center with Watson in the lower position. Watson almost with the escape, still not out of it. Tom has his leg wrapped up.
Tom looking to bring him down again, does.
Tom has him in a position to flip him over if he can just push his head down more.
Looks like he's not able to. Just go for a different method.
As time runs out in the first period, Watson defers, and Tom chooses the lower position. And Tom is up 2-0 as they begin the second period. Tom standing up, holding Watson up in the air.
Dangerous situation.
Then they'll start again. Powerful legs there on Tom. Watson with a nice move to keep Tom down.
Again, Watson on his back. Stalemate was called.
And they'll begin again.
Tom's still up 2-0.
Almost gets out of it there, but Watson grabs hold of his leg to keep him down. Nice move by Watson to keep Tom down. Almost escapes, but they move out of the circle and they'll move back to the center. Tom's almost out of it, and he gets the reversal. 2 points for Tom. As now Watson's on the bottom. Some quick moves there by Watson to try and escape, but they move out of the circle before he can get anywhere. And they'll start again back in the center. Tom trying to get anything. Watson won't let him. He's pulling his arm in.
Looking to work his arm in between Watson's arm and his body. Finally gets it in there.
Watson's got to keep moving or he'll be called for stalling.
Time runs out.
With Tom up 4-0. And Josh Watson chooses the down position. Watson with the reversal.
Finally coming to line in this final period. Tommy's still up 4-2.
And he gets the escape. As they move out of the circle, and they'll move back to the center in the neutral position.
Both players looking to gain an advantage.
As they back out of the circle again. And they'll move back to the center. With 1 minute, 1 second remaining. With Tommy up 5-2. Watson grabs his leg, but Tommy sprawls. Tom trying to get the takedown before Watson does, so he can win this match.
Time ticking down to 20 seconds.
Stalemate is called as they'll begin in the neutral position with 12 seconds left. Watson grabs a hold of Tom's leg. He's not going to be able to win it, though, with time running out. And Tom pulls off a close match, 5-2. Picking up a win, picking up some more points for North Penn.
Team score, North Penn's up 7-6. Heading into our 4th weight class.
125-pounder.
$125 is TJ Cluxton wrestling against Steve Fiddler.
As they move out of the circle, and they'll move back to the center. TJ Cluxton gets the takedown, 2 points. Going to work on Fiddler. Fiddler trying to stand up. Cluxton pushes him down again. Finding nothing in the position he was in, he goes to work again on his back. As Fiddler tries to escape, Cluxton just throws him down again.
Cluxton grabbing his head and bringing it down.
Cluxton definitely seems to have control over this match so far. Fiddler trying to escape on his knees. Has Cluxton over his back as time runs out. Cluxton up 2-0. As Fiddler chooses the down position. Cluxton rolls him over. Almost has him on his back. Cluxton ends up on his back himself. Fiddler doing a nice job of pushing his head down, keeping his shoulders from off the mat.
Fiddler has Cluxton's leg wrapped up.
Cluxton trying to get his back to the mat, but he won't. Fiddler just won't let his shoulders touch the mat. Good work by Fiddler trying to stay out of a pin situation. Stalemate is called and they'll move back to the center. TJ not able to get anything to work. TJ has his arms locked around Fiddler's shoulders, getting some back points.
Refs count it down. Goes in for a closer look. Should be a matter of seconds. Ref still not satisfied.
And Cluxton picks up 3 back points for that. Nice job of Fiedler to stay out of that pin. That was amazing. I thought he had it for sure.
Must have sapped a lot of his strength, though.
With 2 seconds remaining in the second period, they'll
see if Cluxton can capitalize that in the third.
Cluxton chooses the down position. He's leading 5-0 as we begin the third period. Fiedler doing some good work keeping Cluxton down. Cluxton escapes. Gains 1 more point. Going in for the takedown now.
Fiedler hold on to that back leg of Cluxton.
Cluxton's got his head wrapped up in Fiedler's legs. Neither wrestler has the takedown yet. Fiedler with his head in an unusual position.
Point of order to North Penn.
For a dangerous move there by Norristown. Had his legs wrapped around Cluxton's neck. Both wrestlers still trying to get a takedown.
Fiedler pushing down the head, Cluxton looking to get over top.
And he almost gets something, but as Cluxton pulls around for the takedown. As they're out of the circle, I'm gonna move back to the center with 30 seconds left in the final period, with Cluxton up 9-0. TJ almost had some back points there, but unable to keep Fiedler on his back. He'll try and turn him over for one more try at the pin with time running out.
Doesn't look like it'll happen, though.
As Cluxton picks up some more points for North Penn. He wins 9-0.
Winning with the shutout, 9-0. Coming up at 130 pounds, Ron Cowie for North Penn and Jermaine Daly for Norristown.
With a meet score of North Penn 11 and Norristown 6.
Norristown's only win coming off the pin at 112 pounds. So North Penn able to win the other matches. Let's see if they can keep it up.
As they move out of the circle, they'll move back to the center in neutral position. Daly with a quick move to grab the Cowie's leg. Still doesn't have control. He's got to drive him down to the mat, and they move out of.
Does pick up 2 as they head out.
Does pick up 2 as Cowie pulls himself out of the circle. But Daly does get the takedown as he lets him go. Cowie with 1 point for the escape. They'll both work for a takedown again. Both these wrestlers look very aggressive right from the start. Neither wrestler has control yet as they move out of the circle. They'll go back to the center. In the neutral position. Daly with the quick move to grab his leg again. Still doesn't have him down. He's got his leg twisted in an awkward position. And his hand on the back of his neck as they'll start again in neutral position. Daly again with that quick move into his legs. Almost has the takedown, not quite. As time runs out in the period, Daly up 2-1. North Penn chooses down after Norristown defers. Jermaine Daly doing a good job of keeping the Cali down as he tries to get out.
Sitting up looking to run out of it.
Almost runs out of it, but Daly pulls his legs down again, has a good hold on his right leg.
Was a dangerous situation.
As a Cali will start on the bottom. Daly has a good hold on a Cali. The Cali unable to try and do anything. Now he gets both feet down. He's standing up, trying for the escape. Daly pulls him down. Almost has him onto his back, but Cali turns around. The crowd getting into it. As Daly has Cali
turns him
onto
over.
his back.
Cali trying to stay on his side.
Daly will pick up some back points, if not the pin. Cali doing a good job of keeping his other shoulder from touching the mat. He's only got 4 more seconds to hang in there. As time runs out, before he can get the pin. But Jermaine Daly does pick up 3 back points and now leads 5-1 as they go into the final period. As Daly chooses the neutral position. As Daly gets the takedown. Cali's struggling hard to get out. Daly won't let him. Settle down, Zach. As they wrestle out of the circle, they'll move back to the center. Both wrestlers working hard.
Sorry, I just got all this energy. Makes me want to jump out and jump on the mat, get involved.
You have to control yourself. As Daly lets a Cowie go and picks up 1 point for the escape. He's going in for the
Cowie's
takedown.
still down 2-7. Just under a minute.
They move out of the circle. They'll start again in the center in the neutral position. Daly looks good with these takedowns. He'll keep trying for him as he flips a Cowie over. And he gets the takedown.
Digging his head into his back. Cowie grimacing in pain.
Daly can't find anything, so he just lets him go, trying to get another takedown. With that quick move to his legs again.
Cowie sprawling, good job.
Not letting him get that takedown, if at all possible. Stalemate called with 9 seconds left. And they'll start neutral again. As he picks up 2 more points for the takedown right as time runs out. Daly wins that one, 11-3. Tough match by both wrestlers. Coming up in the 135 weight class, Matt Brown for North Penn and Jason Schmidt for Norristown. As Norristown picks up a couple points in the meet, North Penn now leads 11-10.
That's not two.
As Jason Schmidt gets 2 points for the takedown.
Out of bounds.
Matt Brown will start down. Jason Schmidt picks him up and throws him back down again. Not letting Matt Brown escape.
Or breathe, for that matter. Got it in the cradle.
A tight hold.
Nice move.
Matt Brown struggling hard.
He's in there tight.
And
there it is.
Jason Schmidt picks up the pin for Norristown.
Another quick pin, under a minute. Second one tonight for Norristown.
And that'll give them 16 points in the meet as they take the lead. Norristown does, 16-11. And coming up in the 140 weight class, for North Penn we have Gary Leatherman, and for Norristown we have Pete Schwartz. As Leatherman grabs Schwartz's leg, almost has him for the takedown. Not quite.
Schwartz looking to turn him over with that knee of his. Leatherman unable to resist.
Still doesn't have the takedown. They're still both out.
Looking to trip up Leatherman.
He's got his leg way up by his head. Nice
Looking like a ballerina there, Leatherman.
Nice flexibility by Leatherman. As Schwartz gets 2 points for the takedown as they move out of the circle. Leatherman goes down. Leatherman quickly turns around for trying to get the reversal. Almost has it. And he gets 2 points for the reversal as he flips Schwartz over. But now Leatherman looks to be on his back. And 2 points for Schwartz in the reversal. He has Leatherman on his back.
Looking to press down on Leatherman. Leatherman looking to scoot his way around, keep moving.
All Schwartz has to do is just lay back and relax. As that's what it looks like, but
not quite as easy.
Yeah.
Leatherman looking to keep his shoulders up.
He's struggling.
Arching his back. This time we'll run out of the first period.
And Schwartz will pick up 3 back points for that.
Increase his score 7-2.
As Leatherman chooses a down position. Leatherman almost with the reversal, but Schwartz quickly back on top and picking him up and throwing him down. Leatherman stands up again. Schwartz still holding him on, picking him up as they move out of the circle. With Schwartz still on top. Leatherman tries to stand up, carrying Schwartz out of the circle, and they flip over as they move out. Leatherman still on bottom. As Leatherman stands up, trying for the escape.
Again, Schwartz brings him down.
Trying to drive him into the mat with his leg.
Schwartz looking to pull him back onto the mat. Leatherman looking to run off of it. Finally does, his play stopped. .101 remaining in the second.
With Schwartz up 7-2 on Leatherman. Leatherman trying for the reversal.
Trying to grab hold of something he can work on, but Schwartz able to sprawl out.
Schwartz with a good hold on Leatherman's right arm behind his back, trying to get his left arm.
Again, Schwartz working it over on Leatherman, looking to turn him somehow. He's got him on his back. Looks like time will run out. So we head into the third. Schwartz is still leading 7-2 over Gary Leatherman.
Good work by both wrestlers in that last period. Good work by Leatherman as not getting turned over onto his back, and good work by Schwartz keeping him down, not letting him escape. As Leatherman chooses down again, or ends up down, as Schwartz picks him up and throws him back down again. As Leatherman trying to escape. as they move out of the circle. Leatherman quickly turns around to try and get the reversal and stands up. As he gets the escape. Nice work there by Leatherman.
Picks up a point.
And he moves in for the takedown.
Shoots in and gets both legs. But Schwartz able to sprawl out. Leatherman loses his hold.
Now Schwartz has a hold of Leatherman's leg. Leatherman has got to do something with time running out. Down to 50 seconds. Moves in for the takedown, but Schwartz sprawls out and pulls in Leatherman's right leg. And he gets 2 points for the takedown. As they move out of the circle with 11 seconds left. We'll go back to the center. As Schwartz chooses the optional up position and comes down on top of him. As time runs out, Schwartz picks up more points for Norristown, winning 9-3 over Leatherman. As Norristown takes a 19-11 meet score lead.
Coming up to the 152-pounders, Jason Vinus for North Penn. I'm sorry, this is the 145-pounders. Jason Vinus to North Penn and Pat Wolfong for Norristown.
As the wrestlers move out of the circle.
Jason with an impressive personal record of 12-5. Definitely a tough little guy.
As he grabs a good hold of his leg. Still doesn't have control. Wilfong is riding on his back. As they move out of the circle, still in the neutral position.
The height differential could play a major part. Vinus tends to be a little more short and stocky. Wolfgang a little more leaner and taller. So we'll see if who's at an advantage or disadvantage too.
As Wolfgang grabs a hold of Vinus' leg. Still doesn't have him down. And he throws him. Vinus clearly upset by that.
Shoots him an evil look. Hopefully that'll fire Vinus up a little bit.
As
Good quickness by Vinus. Wolfgang able to quickly sprawl out though.
As they're out of the circle and they'll move back to the center. The ref telling Vinus not to get too upset.
Vinus goes down hard.
He still doesn't have, as finally Wilfong still, he does get points for the takedown. And they'll move to the center where Vinus will be on bottom. With 22 seconds left in the first period. false start there, I assume. It's Wilfong rolling over Vinus. Almost has him on his back, grabbing Vinus in the face. As time runs out. Vinus defers. And Wilfong chooses down. Wilfong with a 2-0 lead as we begin the second period. Vinus working hard to keep Wilfong down. Does so. As Wilfong stands up again. Vinus throws him down out of bounds. As they move out of the circle again. Wilfong is a tough one for Vinus to get to work on.
Break them down now. Break them down. Come on. Stretch him out. Come on, Jay.
As Wilfong almost with the reversal. And he gets 1 point for the escape. Looks like his leg is hurt. Wilfong's leg is hurt. As they're out
of bounds.
Still in the neutral position. Wilfong leads 3-0 over Vinus. Wilfong picks up 2 points for the takedown as they land out of the circle. Wilfong looks out of breath.
I think Wilfong will let him up.
As Vinus reaches in for the takedown, Wilfong spins around.
Wilfong looking to keep moving and get around him.
They're still up as they move out of bounds with 29 seconds to go in the second period. Wilfong up 5-1. Vinus steps out of bounds. He'll go back to work in the center again. Wilfong looks really tired as opposed to Vinus, who still looks like he is keeping his cool.
There's time going on out of second.
As Vinus chooses down.
Seems like Wolfgang tends to be grimacing after every stoppage of play. It could be that leg injury you alluded to earlier.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be hurting him. Could just be fatigue. We'll see if Vinus can capitalize on it.
Vinus almost with the escape, and he finally does escape. Picks up 1 point.
Creasy scored a 2. Whiff gong, still up 5-2 though.
As Vinus almost gets him down as they almost roll off the mat, and Vinus looks like he hurt his shoulder on that.
Vinus needs to be making his move, not a lot of time left. A minute and then some.
Vinus almost with the takedown, but Wolfong stands up before he can spin around on him, and they end up out of bounds with 1 minute left.
1 minute even. Right on the money.
Mm-hmm. As they end up out of bounds again, and Vinus rolls over in exhaustion.
A little frustration too, I'm sure.
Both wrestlers tangled up. As Vinus almost gets the takedown again, but they end up out of bounds. With 21 seconds to go, Vinus needs to work quick to get any points at all. As Vinus' headgear falls off. With time running out, the ref will just let him finish.
Time does run out. Whiff gong still heavily grimacing.
Even though he wins. With assistance from the ref, the wrestlers shake hands.
Looks like he'll need a head of the trainer quickly.
But he still won. And that increases Norristown's meet lead to 22-11. As Chris Baker comes out for North Penn, and Dan Iacano for Norristown in 152 pounds.
Baker with a personal record of 3-10, so we'll see if we can capitalize on that.
Both wrestlers obviously have a lot of energy compared to the last two, who were both run down after that long match. As they'll move back to the center of the circle. Go to work again. Both wrestlers moving their arms around. As Iacano almost has something, but then again, Baker
pushing his head down.
Baker just needs to spin around up behind him to get the takedown.
Needs to keep moving. Iacano able to hold on to that leg of Baker.
As soon as Iacano lets go of that leg, Baker will get the takedown.
Akano still holding on.
As he gets up. As time ticks down in the first period with a score of 0-0. Aikano defers to Baker and he chooses down.
Baker looking to escape, but Kino brings him down hard. Now it's his turn to be an advantage.
Still no wrestler with any points as they end up out of the circle. And we'll go back to the center. Baker in the lower position. Baker almost gets a reversal, but Aikano just spins him back around. Baker gets the escape for 1 point as they move out of bounds. They'll go back to the center in a neutral position.
So first score of the meet coming in this late in the second period. Baker's up 1-0 over Aikano. Baker able to sprawl out again. Aikano still holding on to that thigh of his.
Baker spin around back, and he does,
Finally
and he gets the takedown. Nice move there. He's got his legs wrapped up in Aikano's legs. Unable to flip him over. As Aikano stands up, Baker's holding on to him, but they move out of bounds. And they'll go back to the center with Baker on top. 3-0. There they go. As the second period ends, Baker for North Penn with a 3-0 lead over Aikano.
Fort Norristown.
And Aikano is on the bottom now as we begin the third period. Baker spins around onto his own back. And Aikano with the reversal.
Crowd really getting into this.
Baker on his back.
Ref just looking on it for a closer look.
It would be unfortunate for Baker to get pinned after putting up such a good first two periods. And he does. Aikano with the pin. Come from behind pin.
Really quite unexpected. Baker was leading the whole match pretty much, and
3-0. And
all of a sudden Aikano, I guess he was saving up his energy. Comes out in the third and
picks up 6 more
pins
points
him straight up.
for Norristown's meet score. Norristown now leads 28 over North Penn's 11. As we move on to the 160 weight category with Pat Tarrant for North Penn and Rick Springman for Norristown. As Springman gets 2 points for the takedown over Tarrant. Tarrant working hard to avoid getting turned over. His face is beet red.
Let's finally go out of
bounds.
Tarrant will go down to the bottom.
As Tarrant fights for the reversal, but Springman holds him down and almost has him flipped over.
Needs to get that
Tarrant's
shoulder
on his
over.
back.
Finally does. Another unfortunate situation.
Tarrant's working hard to keep his back off the mat. Does a good job.
Springman needs to get his weight more proportioned.
Tarrant has his arm pushed back, which enables Springman to push him over again onto his back. And Springman gets the pin. Another quick pin for Norristown.
That one only took a minute.
As Norristown now leads the meet 34 over North Penn's 11. As we move into the 171 weight category with Bob Slavinsky for North Penn and Jim Hickman for Norristown.
Bob coming in with a record of 16-5, quite impressive. Bob, quite a strong, experienced wrestler.
Certainly is.
Got a lot of good moves. Hopefully he can get a win here for North Penn.
As Hickman moves out of bounds and stops to tie his shoe on the way back to the center. And there we go again. Slavinsky with the quick move in. Grabs hold of Hickman's left leg and he gets the takedown. And he gets Hickman onto his back. Three back points for Slavinsky. Working on that half
Yeah,
Nelson.
looking to work him on his back here. Refs count it out. Here it comes. Could be North Penn's first pin of the night.
Crowd urging Slavinsky to stay with it. Push him over. He's almost got him.
It's got to be tiring. He's moving around, getting position.
Hickman's face.
Just a little bit more. There he goes. Should be able to get it now with his weight fully on him.
Still doesn't have his one shoulder down to the ground. There's a good view there, you can see.
That left shoulder not quite down.
That's
Time of 25 seconds. Bob needs to
Hickman
get
is doing
this
a
over
good
with.
job of trying to stay out of it.
There you see a good shot.
13 seconds left in the first period. If Bob's going to capitalize on this situation.
Hickman trying to arch his back.
As the period ends, Slavinsky unable to pin. Slavinsky picks up 3 more back points and leads 8-0 as Hickman puts back on his headgear.
It's got to be quite distracting for Bob. So close yet.
Slavinsky chooses the
Not quite.
top position.
But that should inspire Bob to possibly get a pin this period.
Slavinsky chooses the top position. Looking forward to going to work on Hickman again. See what Hickman does. See if he can put up a good fight like he did last period.
Again, immediately Bob looking to work him over on his back. Looking to turn him. Keeping his feet moving.
Hickman maybe realizes now how strong Slavinsky is, and he's going to take some precautions. Slavinsky working all around. He's got a good position with his arms. As Hickman's headgear comes off once again, and Slavinsky throws it out of the way. Slavinsky working hard to pull him over onto his back. Hickman's got that elbow down, keeping him from doing so. As they move out of the circle, they'll go back to the center. Slavinsky with a question on his face, doesn't know what to do.
He's up 8-0. 30 seconds remaining in the second period.
As Hickman puts on his headgear again. Hickman taking his time, getting set in the bottom position. Slavinsky goes to work with his hand across Hickman's face. As time runs out in the second period, Slavinsky up 8-0. As Hickman chooses the down position. Trying to get some points to escape or reverse, but Slavinsky just won't let him. Slavinsky working hard to pull Hickman over, almost has him. And he does finally have him onto his back, but Hickman quickly spins around. Slavinsky picks up 2 back points for that. As Slavinsky rolls Hickman over again. As Hickman struggling hard. You can tell by the look on his face. It's almost, Slavinsky almost has him turned around onto his back again.
Slavinsky questioning the ref. See what's going on.
Hickman seems to be stalling, but as Slavinsky finally gets him onto his back.
Ref's counting it out.
As Hickman rolls back over again onto his stomach to avoid the pin. Slavinsky picks up 3 back points, and he'll win that match 13-0. Nice match by Slavinsky. Nice work by Hickman to avoid the pin. As that'll increase North Penn's meet score to 15, but Norristown still leads. Norristown still leads North Penn 34-15 as we move into the 189 weight class with Kyle Berger for North Penn and Will Gant for Norristown. Will Gant pulling down Berger's neck.
Getting a little height differential. Berger a little more short and stocky. Gant tends to be a little longer and lankier.
Gant looks very muscular though. As Gant reaches in for Kyle's legs and picks him up and drops him. Picks up 2 points for the takedown.
Reminiscent of a little WWF there. Body slam. Let's get ready to rumble.
Zach off to pursue a career in professional wrestling.
Perhaps, I was thinking about it.
As they'll move back to the center again with Gant up 2-0. As they get started again. Gant goes to work on Berger.
Getting on top of him, looking to roll him over.
As Gant does get Berger onto his back after he rolls over. But Berger quickly rolls out of it, but Gant does pick up 2 back points. As Berger escapes, picks up 1 point. Kyle Berger reaches in for Gant's right leg, but Gant sprawls out of it as the period ends, with Gant for Norristown up 4-1 over Kyle Berger for North Penn, as Gant chooses the down position. Gant stands up quickly. Berger with a power move to pull him back down. As Gant does escape. And they'll go, both wrestlers will go look for the takedown now. As the wrestlers move out of the circle, they'll go back to the center in the neutral position. Kyle with a quick move there, doesn't get anything.
Both in a bear hug-like position. Berger looking to trip him up.
As they flip out of bounds, Berger's got to fix his headgear. Gant up 5-1, as you just saw. One minute remains in the second period. Gant moves in, but Berger flips him over. Big move by Berger to get Gant down onto his back. As the crowd loves it.
What a reversal of fortune here. Good shot of there. Left shoulder still up a bit.
But Berger does pick up 2 points for the reversal, and he'll pick up some more back points for that, for this.
20 seconds ticking down. Again, able to fight it off, though.
But Berger still does remain in control as Berger picks up 3 points for that big
Priest
move, and he
scores
tries
6
it
to 5.
again. But Gant reverses. Now Berger's on his back as time runs out. Gant picks up 2 points for the reversal and 2 points for the back points, as Gant leads 9-6 as we'll begin the third period.
So each wrestler had a pretty big play in that period.
Displaying lots of power.
Both able to bring the other one down, and Berger, quite a nice series there, almost had the pin. If only could push down a little bit more, and Gant did a good job able to keep his weight off, arc his back, and
I'm sure both wrestlers were surprised when they got picked up into the air and flipped over.
definitely.
Perhaps we'll see some more in the third period. Some more big moves by these big guys. Nice crowd from Norristown here tonight to cheer their team on.
Making the pilgrimage.
As Berger chooses the down position. There they go. Again, pulling in Berger's arms. Trying to flip him over, but Berger just keeps spinning.
Gant trying to push him over.
Gant flips Berger over. Kyle
Berger able to work
escapes.
out of it. Berger trying to stand up, finally does.
And he does escape. Picks up 1 point. As both wrestlers will work for a takedown now.
No point was awarded for the escape because neither had the advantage.
Nice move by Berger to avoid the takedown by pulling his legs out. Both wrestlers can't find any way to take the other one down. Unless they try flipping him again. 40 seconds remain. Berger's got to get the takedown and he can tie it. But Gant gets the takedown. And Kyle with the reversal. So, Gant picks up 2 back points, and then Berger picks up 2 reversal points. Gant still leads 13-9 with 28 seconds remaining. And Berger will use the optional up position to let Gant go. Try and take him down again. So that gives Gant 1 more point. Berger working hard for the takedown. 10 seconds remain. And Gant gets the takedown. And it looks as though Gant will pick up more points for Norristown as he wins 16-9. Both wrestlers respect each other. Very good match.
As we head into our last match for the evening, the big heavyweights. Joe Gillespie for North Penn and Eric Schrader for Norristown.
Norristown leading the meet 37-15.
So despite the outcome, Norristown will be victorious. But we'll see if Joe can notch a win for his personal record.
Joe Gillespie gets the takedown and gets Schrader onto his back.
Schrader trying to keep that shoulder up.
They
Good
see a
shot
good
there.
view.
Joe needs to push his way back and get Schrader's right shoulder down.
Joe's got to push back more.
Quite a tiring situation for both wrestlers.
The crowd cheering some advice for Joe. I don't know if you can hear him.
Telling him to sit out, and which basically means to push his way back and get that shoulder down.
He almost has it. Schrader desperately trying to keep his shoulder up.
Ref thoroughly investigating.
The ref getting down and dirty with the wrestlers.
Joe giving him some eye contact. His eyes basically saying, come on, what's going on? Am I winning yet or what?
And he almost has Schrader's back down.
10 seconds ticking.
And Gillespie picks up 3 back points. And Schrader picks up 1 point at the end when he escaped. Gillespie chooses down as we begin the second period, with Gillespie leading 6-1. And there they go. A nice move by Gillespie to escape some slapping going on there. One point awarded to Schrader. The ref has them shake hands. They're all friendly now as they go back to wrestle.
They're all buddies.
It shows the intensity both wrestlers have, even though, and Gillespie.
Again, Gillespie using that move of takedown.
And he has Schrader onto his back. They're right on the edge of the circle though. They see a good view.
Joe trying to edge him in, keep him in the circle. He wants this pin. Ref's counting it out. He wants some more shoulder down. Joe tried to give it to him. Trying to arch his back out. Almost there.
Joe getting a little frustrated. Looking to his coach, see what he can do.
Wants this pin bad. Again, you can see Schrader's left shoulder still a little bit up. Finally has it almost. That was close. If only he could hold it down there. North Penn crowd screaming for a pin.
And there he goes.
Finally gets it.
As the North Penn bench leaps in exultation.
As Joe pumps his fist in victorious victory.
And picks up a pin. And Schrader obviously disappointed.
Great way to close out the meet for tonight, even though might not help the team too much.
Both wrestlers in that last match showing extreme intensity.
Good effort by North Penn, though. They lose overall, 37-21. Basically, Tony, got to attribute that to a couple key pins by Norristown.
Yes,
they had
all
3
pins
total.
came really quick for Norristown. And
as we were saying earlier, though, I mean, North Penn, they got out quick. They had the 3 out of the 4 early matches in the early weights. But from there on, they weren't able to hold on too much until Slavinsky came in at 171, was able to get the win. And then the win here for Gillespie. So it was a noble effort for North Penn. They came in against a tough Norristown team, but you know, it was admirable.
yes, very good. Very good meet overall. Lots of good wrestling.
Definitely, a lot of these losses, you know, went into the third period. So North Penn was able to, you know, tough it out, stick it in there. So we see a shot of Joe Gillespie. Definitely happy after that pin. So
Sure.
seems to be all for tonight.
Okay.
Hope you'll join us again here on North Penn TV. For Tony Fiala, I'm Zach Siswick. We're saying good night and
Have a pleasant tomorrow.